Our third perspective comes from Susan Tharp. She's a county extension person at down in Frankfurt, and actually at the front lines of this immigration question. She does have a very unique perspective, so we'll welcome her up here.
Thank you. My hometown community is Frankfurt, Indiana, and we've had a Latino immigrant workforce since the 1950s and 60s of agriculture workers. Latino workers were recruited for seasonal farm work, and when the food processing plants started hiring year-round, former seasonal workers started to put down their roots in our community. And today, 35 to 40% of the elementary children in Frankfurt are Latino. Some of us in our community have taken it upon ourselves to respond to make the population a valuable economic and human asset rather than a liability. There's much to be done to assimilate and acculturate the immigrant population, and we can't wait for Congress. Right now, individual communities are responding to the needs as they arise, much like Frankfurt has. We've done things like English lessons, Spanish classes, medical and legal advice, educational forums, and inclusion into the cultural life in our community, and these are a few of the ways that Purdue Extension has tried to bridge the cultures and develop the workforce in our community. We recognize, for all the differences, there are many similarities between the longtime Hoosiers and the new residents. However, there are many unwritten rules and assumptions that need to be addressed for the newcomers to understand our systems and rules as well as customs. Examples would include things like volunteerism, youth activities and opportunities, school culture, medical system navigation, and how to follow laws. And we did do some research in our community and found out that about over half of the Latino population, through the businesses and industries they worked for, had insurance, and had only like 10% of them had ever used it because they just didn't know how to navigate the system, didn't have any idea what insurance meant. So when the hospital found that out, that helped a bit. I will admit that the local Latino population, some who have been there for many generations, and some who are relatively new residents, and some who have lived here for years but outstayed a visa, must feel like they received mixed messages. Churches invite them to Bible schools, while others have a bumper sticker that says, "Everyone go home." The community rallies to collect funds for a child that needs a kidney, and then others showed distaste in a letter to the editor for the Spanish Christmas carol that was sung at the elementary school concert. But the bottom line is that we need the human capital that is more than laborers to build our community. The people that live in the shadows cannot live up to their full potential as contributing people in the community. Our community should invest more, but they should also expect more, and by all the time sharing our Hoosier civic values. A step in the right direction is the Deferred Action Plan, known as the Dreamers Plan, that allows those students, and we have a lot of them in Frankfurt, that are recently graduated youth whom we've invested already a K through 12 education to pursue higher education and also obtain legal status, allowing their bilingual skills and talents to be shared with the larger community and to fill the workforce gap. Although some feel threatened by the idea, it's by creating an inclusive community through education and communication with respect for the unity in community that immigrants will desire to join the mainstream of the Hoosier culture and contribute thus in meaningful ways. Tapping the potential using all the talent and resources that we have is an essential prerequisite for long-term growth. It's a challenge, particularly for the first generation, but then, as in past history, the immigrants will become an asset, contributing to the economic competitiveness of Indiana. Thanks.